Mr. Osman, if you can tell us a little bit about your educational background and back in the day when you started to first realize the potential for the IT sector in Pakistan.
So I studied in Karachi. I'm Karachi Grammar School grad. Then I went off to England for a few years, and then to university in the US.
Right.
And then I was in the US for about 10 to 12 years before moving with them back towards Pakistan via Europe. My interest in IT developed there because you saw I was at a university called Brown on the east coast of the United States.
Yeah, the Ivy League illustrious.
It was one of the Ivy League, a great institution, and they had a very big center for learning and computer sciences. So I took some computer sciences classes at the time. I wasn't very good at it, but one could see the future. One could see the future of email had just started.
Okay.
I still remember my old email. It was a very long email, and I was told that I could write with this email I could communicate with anybody in any American university in the world, any American university at the time. And I was like, oh wow! So I write to him on the keyboard, and he gets it. And said yes, he gets it immediately. So that was my first exposure, and then I started to run. Everybody was told to buy a computer in college. I was one of those. I bought a Mac SE. I used to do all my papers on it. You got coursework online. It was just starting off.
Okay, so even though you were more, at that time you were studying more towards a finance, like future degree, something like that.
So I majored in economics and international relations at Brown.
Right.
But at the same time I took classes in sociology, I took classes in IT, I took classes in economics.
Okay, so you could sample like
You
a
could
lot
sample,
of different disciplines.
and then play and then decide later.
Right. Okay, so then at what point did the switch, like the pretty clear switch happen from finance to IT?
It was interesting because it wasn't an intentional switch. I was the head of finance for EMC in Northern Europe. This was early 2000s.
Right.
So I worked with EMC from 2000. I opened up EMC offices, as I said. I was with EMC up until last year.
Right.
Oh,
and then you were appointed in
and
May.
I was appointed in May as Country Head SAP. So
Right.
EMC merged with Dell.
Okay.
It's now one organization. It's called Dell EMC.
Okay.
I left EMC at that stage because I'd been there for a very long time and I wanted to do something different.
Right.
Along the way, SAP came along. I loved the company. I loved their vision for the future. And I thought it would be a good fit. So I started working with them in May. SAP is one of the leading enterprise information companies in the world. They have a solution called SAP HANA, which is one of the leading data repositories, which allows you to take the information you have, absorb large amounts of data, and then give you information instantaneously. No one else can do that. It's a leading in-memory platform. Along with that, SAP is concentrated on a number of different industries, whether it's power, whether it's education, whether it's petroleum. They have industry solutions. They build industry sets. They've taken the time to identify what are the key points and what are the enablers that people are looking for. Along with it, they've integrated and they've developed their own technology in a number of other areas. So we have a solution called Success Factors that manages an employee from joining the organization to leaving the organization.
Okay.
We have an expense management tool called Concur that allows you to do your expenses online.
So basically it brings organizations
It enables
online.
organizations. It enables organizations to maximize their performance and productivity.
Right.
And to make a difference, because they've realized time to market has become very fast right now. So the whole idea is how can you enable companies to react quickly.
For instance, can you tell us about a project currently that SAP is involved in Pakistan? Something like which has a societal impact or something you're personally interested in?
So what I'm really interested in is we have a SAP Academy. So what we've been doing is we take about 50 to 75 students from leading universities who are graduating. We put them into a program and we give them 6 to 8 weeks of intensive training on SAP solutions.
Right.
And we certify them. And at the end of that, we help place them with our customers, with our partners. We take some ourselves. So if you think every year we are having 1 or 2 of those programs and we're training 50 to 60 people, that's 100 new grads who have SAP skills and are being helped with their first jobs.
Right.
So hopefully they're very successful, they're very bright.
They will be extremely.
They will be. So for me, I'm very proud of that program. This year, I specifically said, we always used to do this traditionally out of the south, Karachi. This year, I've said do it in the north and do it, and maybe our next program will be in Peshawar. The idea being that I want us to go off the normal map, but there's lots of people doing it there, and go to new places and give those people the opportunity. Pakistan is pretty successful. We need women to come up to the 50% mark. In terms of positions in society, in terms of key jobs, directorships. Norway has done that. Norway is, I think, at 40-45%.
Okay.
Pakistan is very low on the road. We have some very bright women, but then afterwards they choose not to pursue a career, or society doesn't encourage them. The key is you need to enable them. So if somebody has taken a slot, has got trained, is certified, you need to enable them. So better daycare, better other facilities, allow them to at least part-time work, not have them make a decision whether it's work or home. Allow them to do both as a society. That's the only way we will advance. So IT has been a male area, a male-dominated profession in Pakistan. But that is now changing. You have some very, very bright women. You have a lot of institutions like Pasha, which was again led by a woman at some time, that are pushing women forward. And I hope that trend continues. We have a long way to go.
It has SAP's contribution to health and education in Pakistan.
So SAP is very committed to both sectors. So as I mentioned to you, we have this program where we are training a number of people,
so
fresh grads. That's education. Where health is concerned, we have worked with a number of hospitals on a healthcare management solution. We have a healthcare vertical, especially with the IoT side, Internet of Things side. Maybe we can make joint applications. As you know, I'm sure, what you have now in the UK, they've implemented a system with the National Health Service where every doctor, when he's doing your diagnosis, will enter in your symptoms and it pops out with potential illnesses. So it allows the doctor to think, oh yes, no, not that one, this one, this one. And the idea is maybe he's forgotten one, so to ensure that he doesn't make a mistake. Now the doctor still decides, but it gives him a second opinion. So that is something that you can do on the healthcare side. Pakistan is certainly not there at that moment, but that is something that we would like to work with local hospitals. So we are working with Aga Khan, some of the other big hospitals to see what kind of solutions we can jointly bring to market.
It still does seem like a pretty elite organization because of 200 million people, like 50 or 100 a year. Like SAP does seem to have really high standards.
It does. SAP has very high standards, but there's a lot of local training centers which we are now trying to get certified, so we can train more people. But again, once you train them, where do they go with that training?
Okay.
Where are the markets? You have to remember how much can the market absorb. From our point of view, we want to train as many people as we can because we feel this is the future.
What would you say have been the main factors that have contributed to SAP's success?
I think it's bottom line technology. It's one of the world's leading technology platforms around. Secondly, vision. They have a vision. They've understood the market. They've realized where the market is going. And third, motivation, desire, the mission. The mission is to make a difference in people's lives, make people's lives easier, make people's lives simpler, more efficient. So when you have that in mind and you make decisions on the basis of that, you come up with new and innovative solutions. So you now have HANA, a world-leading database, which allows you to react instantaneously. Where previously you would be doing a computation at the end of the day, you are now doing it constantly. So at any given point in time, you know exactly how much business you've done in any store. You know exactly how much money you've made, what your expenses are, which nobody else could give you. So with the government, for example, the large number of transactions that they have, thousands and millions of transactions, the ability for you to process them all quickly. So they had a vision for that, and making life simple. So that has, once you have that and you're working towards that, then you come up with new and innovative products.
Right. It's like constant, it's like a progress report that you have all the time, so you can keep improving.
Yes, it was. The
Right.
company was set up by a group of individuals who initially went to IBM with the idea,
Right.
and IBM said, no, this we don't want to do this. We don't feel this will work. And they said, no, we still believe in this, and we'll do this by ourselves. And they did, and they've been hugely successful.
Yeah.
And it's now become a global company.
So, Mr. Osman Asghar Khan, thank you so much for your time, and that was really valuable information. And I personally learned so much that I didn't even know existed, which keeps happening in IT.
Pleasure.
actually.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And so, on behalf of the PhoneWorld Live team, I hope that you take as much as you can from this interview. And from me, Sahir, it is a bye-bye.